Hey, Cheryl, thanks for doing this. Nancy Armour with USA Today.
Hi, Nancy.
Wanted to ask you about a player who's not with you guys this week. Wondering if you've had conversations with BG. She's given you kind of any indication of where she's at or what her thoughts are, whether it's re-entering the pool or what her thoughts are about wanting to be available for Paris.
Yeah, I haven't spoken with Brittany personally. I do know that there has been communication on USA Basketball's side in terms of expressing to Brittany that when the time is right, she's certainly welcome to join. We've missed her, and when she feels it's right, we will welcome her back.
Okay, next we'll go to Nick Zaccardi. Go ahead, Nick.
Hi, Nick Zaccardi from NBC Sports. When you took this head coaching job, did you think that Diana Taurasi would ever play for the U.S. again? And what are your overall thoughts about having her back with the program here?
I wasn't sure because I'm not necessarily as closely connected to some of the players in Art Mind to know kind of what they were thinking. I do know that I had a conversation with Diana about playing, particularly in the World Cup, and I think if Diana felt better physically, as you know, she suffered an injury during the season and just wasn't able to get herself ready to compete, and so now we get that chance. We get that chance where we'll be on the court together, and I look forward to having a chance to have her be around and be, as I told her, a great voice. And obviously the competitive fire that she competes with is something that we all do well with. So I'm looking forward to have a chance to coach her.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Scott.
Hello, Coach.
Hi.
I was wondering, what was your main goal going into this mini camp?
Well, the main goal is, again, for our coaching staff, is to, again, look at our staples, our things that we feel like we want the identity of the team to be, and see how we can continue to evolve that. We'll talk as a staff in terms of some of the schemes. We reviewed, our World Cup performances and things that we liked, that maybe we discovered something. We want to sort of kind of continue to build things out. And that from a coaching perspective. Obviously, from a larger perspective, is a chance for players to compete and have a chance to perform for the committee that will be present.
Zach, go ahead.
Zach Gottlieb from USA Basketball. Just to further on the Diana Taurasi question from earlier, what's it like having her around some of the younger players, since she's been around for so long?
I think players like that have such wealth of knowledge about how to go about your business, particularly with USA Basketball. It's incredibly valuable. From the time that you show up into a gym, what you do while you're there, how you compete, your pace of play, your ability to communicate, and then what you do when you leave. And those things, Diana is, the cream of the crop in terms of what you would want younger players that haven't had that experience, that level of experience, to understand this is what it takes to be on USA Basketball. And so that will be incredibly valuable to us.
Jackie.
Hey, Cheryl, thanks so much for doing this. Good to see you. So just a couple from me. I'm curious for some of the new players here, some of the ones that weren't on the World Cup team. What are your expectations and your goals for them?
I think as a coach, so there's two things. There's obviously two lenses I keep hitting, which is the coaching, and then there's committee. As a coach, I want to learn about their skill sets and how do I best utilize those skill sets? How do I feature? How do they fit in? And try to bring that out in the couple of days that we have a chance to spend together. So same thing the committee will be doing is sort of learning, understanding, and see what the fit might be. So I feel like it's my job to try to help them in these few days to be able to put their best foot forward is to figure out how to get that done.
I appreciate that. And also, I just came from a Zoom with Kurt Miller, and I asked him sort of to reflect on the concept of free agency in the WNBA and how it's changed, not since you've begun in the league, but really since it's changed since 2020. And if there was something that you've noticed, you know, from the first year the new CBA was ratified to now, sort of what has changed, and will what we saw in this period, is that going to sort of set the standard for the league going forward?
Well, don't have a crystal ball on that last part, but certainly I think what's changed is opportunity for players to be, somewhere else sooner. As you know, all the ways that you can become an unrestricted free agent. And I think that the process by which you go through to recruit a free agent, I hope that we were a part of setting that bar of how you recruit. And I think that's what we're seeing, the intensity, the competition. And, if you look at how many players were being fiercely recruited, to how many players and the number of teams that want them, it's hard to be the one. You got 6 or 7 teams that want a player. And so you better bring your A game, to have a chance to be in. And that's what the players are expecting now. They're expecting the process to be a heck of a lot different than what it was, just as you mentioned, even 3 years ago.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for the time today. I was just curious, what have your talks in the off season been like with Phee, and just how does she look in your eyes, and what kind of impact do you think she can make on this team this year?
Yeah, I'm excited for Phee. You mean for the Lynx or USAB? Both. I'm excited for her to be a part of both. In terms of, obviously, Phee didn't get a chance to join us for the World Cup, and it really turned her attention into obviously still getting herself into a place physically where she felt more like herself. She returned to play just 10 weeks after giving birth to her first child. That was very challenging. She said she does not recommend that. So she was really interested in kind of giving her body a little more space to, kind of get to this where she feels great now and is now able to focus on skill development as opposed to kind of getting back conditioning wise, getting her legs under her, that sort of thing. So I'm super excited to see her this week back with USA Basketball. I know she's missed it terribly. The joy of Mila, no question, was worth it, but I know she wants to get back on the court, and obviously that would kind of flow into the WNBA season where we'll see her on the court for the Minnesota Lynx. And obviously I'm very excited to have her back in the fold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Patrick.
Hey, Coach. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. Hey, I had a couple of them for you. First one, just talking about staffing wise. Mike Tebow is on your staff. Of course, recently he's switched over to just being the GM here in Washington. Just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on him as a coach, and everything he's done for the league.
Yeah, Mike's incredibly valuable. I can speak to the experience of USA Basketball and why we felt it was imperative to have him involved. He's won a lot of games in this league, in the WNBA. He's won a lot of games and basically anywhere, any level that he's coached. He's seen it all, both internationally and obviously domestically with the NBA, and that level of experience is just. It's for me, it was something I felt was really valuable. He's already been through competing for gold medals and an earlier staff that he was on. So I thought those things just made him incredibly valuable. He's got the temperament that I seek to have one day in terms of the way, it's like, younger players, the game is kind of sped up. And then when you get older and wiser, the game slows down. That's not unlike coaches. And so for Mike, the game is just, really crystal clear, frame by frame. for him. And I just thought that would be really valuable to be around, and really appreciative of the commitment that he's made to USA Basketball. In terms of the league, when you think about people who have moved the league forward, and when you're competing against Mike Thibault, if you don't bring your best, if you are not prepared, you're going to have a hard time finding success, particularly offense. He's really good in that area, and schematically, I think he's helped to transform the game, pick and roll wise, what it is now. So tremendous, really valuable contributions. I will absolutely miss going against him, seeing him on the other bench, and obviously just a career that you can only dream about in terms of what he has a chance to be involved in. And I'm thrilled to have had a chance to be with him with USA Basketball.
And then for you personally,
Benijah standing by, so I'm going to actually just do one more to Howard, and then we will move over to Benijah. Sorry to cut you off there, Patrick, but we're up
Can't keep a player waiting.
no problem. Thank you.
Go ahead, Howard.
Very much appreciate it. Cheryl, in terms of the players you have coming in, obviously there's a wide variety of, players you very familiar with in the USAB context, and some not as much. And I wonder what you as a talent evaluator are most interested to see. Maybe it's Phee because you have her in both teams, but I'm curious, what is your biggest takeaway you're hoping for out of the week?
I want to go into it really with no preconceived kind of visions. I'm curious. I want to go into it just feeling very curious, and again, try to do things that helps to facilitate for them being comfortable and being able to be their best. So I'm happy to join. Renee will have another opportunity maybe for us. And so those that we didn't get to, I apologize, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up sometime soon.